What's up, rock stars? It's Rocks with the 70th installment of Black Girls on Television, Part 2 for How to Get Away with Murder. I cannot believe that I have done 70 of these. I have so many damn videos, you guys. I've got to get my playlist back up to par because it's a whole bunch of shit that I was like, bitch, you be in this back seat, don't you? Anyway, you guys, let's get to it, shall we? Oh, I got so many notes. All right, so we kind of rewind the time a little bit, and we see when Jimmy the counselor left the courthouse when they had them ripped him to shreds on that stand. Okay, he get in that car and he having a full breakdown. I said, "Oh, Jimmy the counselor, this ain't gonna be good." Okay, so next thing we see, he starts to call his wife, but he don't do it. He drives somewhere, he's taking a walk, he walks up to this food truck and he orders a burger and fries and drugs. How's that for a dinner time snack? He takes it back to his office and opens up the bag of pills and he crushes them and he's crying and he's all out of control, and he sees it sitting there all smashed up and pretty and powder like substance, and then he snorts it all up. Then no more than a couple of minutes later, up walks Annalise. I said, girl, you just a few minutes too late. Okay, she knocking on the door. I know it's not true. Open up. Remember I told y'all Jimmy the counselor, he had the drug face. He was passed out. Yes, he was indeed high. And then in this high haze, we see that he has a flashback of finding his daughter, supposedly when she had killed herself. Now, Bonnie and Finance Frank, they doing their due diligence. They trying to figure out this whole connection with the mama and Dominique. They have decided not to tell Annalise or Laurel until they can find out what's exactly up with this mama. Laurel is with the rest of the kids at the apartment, Connor and Oliver's place, and Annalise calls. She's just trying to make sure that they still working on the case. Yes, they are. Okay, Michaela want to know if they getting paid for this. I'm trying to figure out how anybody is living their lives. Like, are you guys still in school? Are they supposed to still be in school? And really, who is paying all these damn bills? Okay, with no damn money. But while she's on the phone with them, she's still at Jim the counselor's place, and he walks up the next morning. She was like, where you been? I've been trying to get in touch with you. He was like, oh, I was at my girlfriend's house. But come on in. So they go into the office. She tells him that she knows that it's not the truth what the DA's office is saying about him. And he was just like, but they think it is. And she was like, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to happen to you. Okay. And anything that the DA is trying to plan to do, I will know about it. He was like, I know you ain't working with Bonnie. You guys just was trying to kill each other. She was like, that's all right. That's all right. Because we done made up. So then he says, you know what, Annalise, I lied. I wasn't at no girlfriend's house last night. I don't even have a damn girlfriend because I got my eye on you. He was like, no, actually, I went and got me some damn drugs last night, okay? Some opioids, all right? K-Pex. And I came home and I snorted them all up, okay? I threw away 23 years of sobriety just for one night of being high. But you know what? That's all behind me now. I ain't doing this no more. So Annalise was like, no. You can't do this no more, but it's okay. I got your back. You need to go to a meeting, and I will go with you. I want to help. Annalise got that damn Mother Teresa complex. So they go to breakfast, okay? And they talking about their addictions and how they got started. Annalise did it in undergrad. He didn't do it until afterwards, and he didn't hit rock bottom. And then he met his wife and, they got married and she helped him get clean and stay clean. And they got a family, and he has something to live for. All right, so he gives her the whole story. Now, Bonnie, back at the DA's office, because she's trying to help Annalise, she goes into the assistant DA's office and she lets him know, hey, if you need any help on anything, let me know. Okay, give me some of them files. I can look at them for you. And he's kind of leery. He's looking at her out the side of his eye, but he was like, okay, I appreciate it. All right, go on and take these and let me know what you think. Back at the kids' house, they're always trying to compete for being the best. They're trying to write this opening statement for Annalise. And Finance Frank calls Oliver. He needs Oliver to help him hack a phone. Of course, Laurel hears this and she takes the phone and she's just like, you can't do this. Okay, are you trying to hack Dominique's phone? If you do that, then my dad is going to keep the baby. I won't be able to see my baby, so please stop it. Okay, I was just like, everything is always about that damn Laurel. Finance Frank was like, fine, all right. Hangs up the phone. I said, she a pain in the ass, ain't she, Finance Frank? Now, Annalise in real nice. What's up, Joe? Just got a little A on my math test. Oh, good. An A on the math test. That's great news. But I'm doing a video. I'm going to call you back in a few minutes. This is your one opportunity to catch you for the day. I'm out. I'll talk to you tomorrow. What you about to do? I don't know, but you just blew your opportunity. I ain't blew no opportunity. I sent you that resume. Oh, I seen it. All right. I'm going to call you back in a few minutes. Bye. That's my baby Joe. Anyway, Annalise and Real Nice Nate take it on down to the jailhouse, and they are trying to prepare Real Nice Nate's daddy to testify. You know, she wants him to be her first witness. He not really too sure about it. Don't worry about it, daddy, you can do it. Okay, so they trying to get the story out, and he's just basically saying that he was a man who was struggling, trying to make sure he took care of his family. Of course, he stole. Okay, he was in and out of jail, and then he couldn't find a job because of that fact, but then the jails had sent him all these bills for being in jail. Okay, so he was just like, how am I supposed to even do this if I can't find a job? And then he had a leash on him. Okay, everywhere he went, he could not make even the slightest bit of a mistake, or he'd be thrown back in jail. The people was testing him. He was a boxer. He was a well-known boxer. When he was in the jailhouse one time, you know, somebody wanted to fight him, and hey, he fought him, and he fought him to death. Okay, killed him, crushed his skull. He could feel it. He knew it. Your daddy was just like, you know, they would start it, but I definitely would finish it. You know, and after that, he got thrown in solitary confinement, okay? And Annalise was like, and do you remember how long you were in there? And he says, yeah, for about a month. And she was like, no, try a year, okay? That was the beginning of the mental illness onset. So now they got Real Nice Nate's daddy's life in their hands, and they go to court the next day. They about to try to plead his case, and before they can't get started, they can't get started because the Supreme Court has decided to take over the case. They are still in her case, and can't nobody do nothing about it. Now the next morning, Annalise goes and has breakfast again with Jimmy the counselor. Okay, they starting to develop a little friendship here. Jacqueline is calling, but Jimmy the counselor doesn't answer. You know, this is the anniversary of the death of their daughter, and he can't face her right now. Okay, it's too much on him with all the shit else that's been going on. Annalise was like, no, you don't get to be pissed. You don't get to be avoiding her of anything like that. Okay, even still to this day, I wish that I could talk to my husband when shit goes down. Okay, so you should be glad to know that you even have an ex-wife out there that's willing to still talk to you. Now, Real Nice Nate goes and tries to explain to his daddy what's going on with this whole courthouse and how the Supreme Court and the 7 justices are now taking it over. And he was just like, whatever, you gonna come in here and tell me this bullshit? Okay, y'all ain't got to tell me that you think I'm crazy and what kind of man kills somebody and crushes their skull and know that they did it. I know when I'm being played. And Real Nice Nate was like, no, daddy, I know it's a whole bunch of people in here that you can't trust, but you can trust me. I got your back. I said, oh, look at that Real Nice Nate. He's so nice, y'all. Ooh. Anyway, back at the house, you know, while the kids are still trying to get this brief shit done for Annalise, Laurel gets an email from the judge. She gets to see her baby the next day. Everybody's all excited. In the meantime, Finance Frank calls Bonnie and tells her that, you know, he got into the call log, the mama's call log, and says that she had been calling Jorge every single day this week. Okay, they must be working together. She wants to tell Laurel. He says, no, I can't tell her just now. Okay, wait until after she has this visit with this baby. But he goes to Laurel and he tells her, look, Michaela told me about what happened while you had the baby early. I feel responsible, but you know what? Let me help you. Let me be there for you. When you go and meet the baby tomorrow, let me go with you. She's like, yeah, well, my mama gonna be there. And he was like, and so is your daddy, and you need protection from your daddy. Why worry about your daddy? Let Finance Frank handle your daddy. That way you can go and sit down with your baby. Now, Bonnie goes to Annalise with these newly acquired files that she has, and she's looking through the paperwork. Annalise is, and she sees that the daughter overdosed on Capex. Does that sound familiar, you guys? Flashback to when Jimmy the counselor told her that he had Capex with the burger and fries a couple of nights ago. This can't be good. So, of course, Annalise hightails it back over to Jimmy the counselor's office. Okay, when he answers the door, she said, you lied to me. Did you give your daughter them damn drugs? So then they go back in the office, and now Jimmy the counselor got a different story for her. Okay, that one day he had gotten home, and, you know, Stella was passed out on the floor, and he saw that she must have got into a stash of drugs that he had. Okay, and Lisa was like, you told me that you were sober for 23 years. He said, yeah, but I lied about that. I'm a drug addict. What'd you think? Anyway, he knew that his wife was going to blame him for her overdose, or if she was trying to kill herself or whatever it was. So, you know, he did stage the scene. Okay, he sent a text message to the mama, supposedly be from the daughter, saying, I can't do this anymore. You know, he put the phone in her hand, and to this day, the mama thinks that the daughter killed herself, and that those last words were her words to her mother. Okay, I said, well, ain't this some shit? Jimmy the counselor, I got my good eye. I got my cat eye on you too. Annalise goes back to Bonnie and tells her the story. And Bonnie was like, listen, you need to step away. He lied to you. And Annalise was like, yeah, he kind of lied, but it's okay. I need you to convince the DA's office not to investigate him. Bonnie don't think it's a good idea, but of course, you know, she can never say no to her dear Annalise. Now it's time for Laurel to go and visit her baby. Okay, so her and Fine Ass Frank show up at the hospital. The mama's, you know, happy to see her, tells Fine Ass Frank he can leave now, but oh no, he'll be sticking around. The mama tells her the reason why your dad decided to let you see the baby is because I've been calling him every day this week. Okay, well that kind of that lets mama off the hook as far as Fine Ass Frank is thinking about that call log and how she had been contacting Jorge every day. All right, so maybe they aren't working together. Anyway, enough of that. It's time for Laurel to see her little black baby. And she walks in the room and she's overwhelmed with love. Oh, hey, little black baby. I'm your mommy. I love you so much. I'm going to name you Christopher after your father, Christoph. And child, that baby is black. I mean, that child ain't got no... You know that's Tawanda and Michael's baby. Stop it. Annalise thanks the kids for trying to help her get this opening statement done, but you know what, she's gonna do it herself. So we see Annalise trying to get the words together, talking about the unjust criminal system and yada yada yada. While she's there typing that up, Jimmy the counselor sends her a picture of a breakfast. He misses her. I said, oh, look at that. They are really getting a relationship together with Jimmy the counselor with his old fine sexy self. She calls real nice Nate after that, and he's like, any news? And she's like, nope. Okay, he says, okay, well, don't worry about it. You got this. But this is when the shit gets bad. Now, Bonnie, because she's been so overly helpful around the DA's office, I don't know why she doesn't realize that the DA's office got their good eye on her. She goes in there and talking to the man that she offered to help, and he was just like, Now, I know the fact that you came in here and being sweet as pie, which is already creepy to me to begin with. The fact that you was trying to help me out made me look into this file further, okay? I wouldn't even probably have paid any attention to any of that, okay? But now that you brought my attention to it, I thought it was very interesting that a girl who's never had any type of drug interaction, no kind of drug record, drugs in her system, all of a sudden dies from an overdose of Capex. The same drug that her dad happens to be addicted to. Don't you find that strange? So now I'm going to have to go on and tell DA Denver to not only charge him with death by deliver, but I'm probably going to throw a murder charge up in there as well. Okay, now get on out my office with your strange self. Oh, that Mrs. Winterbottom went into her office while she was breathing hard. She was like, oh shit, I'm about to let Annalise down. You know, she can't do that, okay? She figures she got one ace in the hole. And next thing you know, you see her walk into DA Denver's office with that recording that she had of him. All right, and she lets him hear it. Lets them know as well that I got a whole bunch of other recordings, basically everything that we've talked about since I've been working in here. So, you know, if I wake up dead one day, you need to know that these recordings will get out to everybody. And he was just like, you're bluffing. She was like, okay, if you think I'm bluffing, I'm not, but try me. Tell Jorge that he got the damn baby, so leave the rest of this shit alone. Then we see Annalise. She's about to meet up with the Supreme Court. You know, she's about to go in, and make a long story short, they lose. All right, she tells real nice Nate, we lost. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but I tried. And real nice Nate was like, you know what, it's okay. I mean, as long as we tried. Okay, looking at Annalise like. And I was like, it's okay, real nice Nate. Annalise, don't you want to make him feel better? No time for that, though. Bonnie shows up with this look on her face. Next thing, we see Annalise show up at Jimmy the counselor's office. And honey, Annalise don't let that Jimmy the counselor get away with shit. She tells him that the DA is dropping the investigation, and he's happy. He tells her thank you, and he tried to give her a high five, and next thing you know, they kind of get close, and I was just like, oh, what's this, Annalise? You about to get started with Jimmy the counselor? I mean, he ain't no real nice Nate, but okay, maybe. All right, but she kind of like hesitant a little bit, and he's like, what's the matter? What's the problem? And she says, you're a liar. I said, oh. She says, we are no good for each other. And next thing you know, Jim the counselor flips. He says, you're right, we are not good for each other. He blames her for the situation that they are in, okay? I mean, just full on manic, like almost on drugs right there. I said, nigga, you is really crazy. He was like, you know, you the reason why I'm like this, and I should have been told you, no, that's what you need. You need a man that's gonna tell you no. She was like, the fuck you mean? Everybody's been telling me no. I've been hearing no all my damn life. I came here because I thought you'd make me better. And he was was just like, and you're a narcissist. And I was like, you're a narcissist too, Mr. Jimmy the counselor. And now he's saying that he's back on the drugs and he can lose everything, you know, his practice because of this heroin. And Annalise was like, bitch, don't blame me. And he was like, yes, you. It's your fault. And then he come lunging at Annalise. I said, what the fuck is going on? When did Jimmy the counselor turn crazy like this? I said, oh Lord, you know, Annalise backs up. I said, bitch, you better get out of there. Okay, she calling the wife. Hello? Hey, you need to get over here with your husband. He crazy. He back on the drugs. And when you get here, make sure you ask about Stella. Okay, she was like, you need help. I said, he need more than help, Annalise, and show to you. You better get your ass out of there. I said, Lord. Annalise almost put it all on the line with Real Nice Nate for that damn crazy ass Jimmy the counselor. I said, see there? That's right there, proof that you need to quit fucking with Jimmy the counselor and you need to go on and get with Real Nice Nate. Speaking of Real Nice Nate, we see him back at the jailhouse. He telling his daddy, you know what, we lost. But you ain't got to worry about it, daddy, because even though we lost the case, you ain't lost me. One good thing that came out of this is that our relationship is back together. I'm going to come here and I'm going to visit you all the time. I promise you I got your back. And the daddy looks pretty hopeful. I was just like, oh, Real Nice Nate and his daddy about to be back together. In jail, but it's okay. They back together. So now the case is over. Annalise goes home. You know, she's taking all her files down and her pictures of her victims down and putting them in the box. And we see the kids, you know, and they just like, well, that's done, you know. And Michaela's like, I'm not giving up. You know, she marches out and then Connor decides to, you know, repropose to Oliver. They gonna get married and run off into the sunset. I was like, fine, go. Then we see Bonnie. Child, Bonnie nerves is bad. Okay? She knows she done pissed off D.A. Denver. She calls Finance Frank and she was like, listen, I need you to move back in. And he's like, when? As soon as possible, like yesterday, please. All right, she got her gun. She hid it around the house, you know, conveniently, just in case some shit go down. And he was like, okay, I'll be there. Okay, but I just got to take care of something. When he gets off the phone, you see him walk up to the mama, and he's just straight to the point. I need you to tell me how you know Kristoff. And then lastly, Michaela frantically rushes to Annalise, and she tells her, listen, I know somebody that's going to help us, okay, in a case like this, okay? I know somebody that's out there who can fix it, who fixes all things. Then we see the camera pan to a black woman walking powerfully into a room, you know, that walk that only one person can have, with her hair cascading nicely down the back. She walks into a classroom and she's writing on a chalkboard. I said, bitch. I love some dramatics like this, okay? And next thing we know, it is Olivia Pope, honey. And she is doing a lecture that Annalise is walking into to listen to. And what is the name of the lecture? How to Survive a Scandal. All right, and she turns around, and I was like, bitch, you better do it. Oh, I loved it. Annalise and Olivia together. Even though I'm a little concerned about the episode, I'm here for it. All right, you guys, so that's it. Like I said, there will be no scandal in How to Get Away with Murder for 2 weeks. I get a break. Hey. Y'all make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm It's Rocks. The channel is for It's Rocks, and everything else I do be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.